Hey, hello everyone. Arpit here. I hope you all are enjoying your vacation and having a great time with your family, friends, and your loved ones. I just wanted to wish you a magnificent new year to everyone in advance, as we all are stepping into a new year with lots of positive vibes and the opportunities. I would like to wish you all a lot of happiness, good health, and the prosperity and the good luck for all the bright opportunities coming your way. So, just as a token of appreciation, as you already know, I broadcasted on the LinkedIn and all my social media channels. As a token of appreciation, just to thanks to all my community folks, I just wanted to start a 30 days portal learning challenge. Okay, because you guys have always been my inspirations and strength for making me who I am today. So I started a 30 days portal learning challenge where my objective was to provide the best portal guide to all my portal audience and who is not having an experience in the portal as well, of course, and help them become a portal expert. Okay, so nowadays, as you know, like portal is growing so fast, and Microsoft has invested a lot in the portal side, and recently has been rebranded as a Power Pages. So in most of all the projects, we are seeing that the product demand is a lot, right? And I just wanted to started this 30 days learning challenge. Okay, and as you can see here, I just wanted to cover each and every topics from basic to advanced, some introduction of the portals and the core components of the Power Pages, how to design the websites using low code, no code technologies, how to style the portals, how to customize the portals, how you can make your portals secure, and some administration guides, and obviously the last is about the deployments. Okay, so before further ado, let's get into the today's session. So today our main agenda is to discuss about the introduction of the Power Pages. Okay, so this is our first session. Okay, so my plan is to cover the 30 videos in this 30 days mentorship challenge, and I just wanted to cover all the topics of the portals within this 30 days. Okay, but just a quick introduction. As you already know, like my name is Arpish Srivastava, and I'm a Microsoft MVP. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer as well, and I've been speaking in a lot of community events, user groups from last 5 years almost. I've been working as a Power Platform architect in Capgemini, Sweden. Okay. If you just wanted to connect with me through my social media channels, you can find my YouTube channel, my Twitter account, or my blog, my website with Arpat Power Guide. So make sure you just subscribe it to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any updates. So we're gonna have some more videos. So you will get the notification as soon as you subscribe it. All right. So as I told you, like it's a 30 days challenge. Okay, and in this 30 days challenge, I'm my main objective is to produce the 30 videos for you, and my first video is all about the introduction of the Power Pages, and then in the second video we're going to discuss about the Power Pages component. Then we have some licensing concepts as well, so there is a lot of confusion around the licensing of the Power Pages. So in this session we're going to discuss about the Power Pages licensing. Then we have some labs. Okay, then in that labs we're going to have some practical implementation. So first three sessions is bit theory based, so it's very important to understand the fundamental concepts of the Power Pages, and it's very useful actually to know the portal history, to know the features of the portal before getting into the implementation, right? So from the fourth session onwards, we're going to discuss about the Power Pages, how to set up the trial, and how to plan your first Power Pages project. Okay, then we will discuss about the templates of the Power Pages. So Microsoft has invested a lot in the Power Pages template side. So we're going to have some more templates. So we're going to discuss about that in the session. And then we'll create a forms with the pages list, and then the multi-step forms, portal authentications, and the invitation processes. And then we'll discuss about some security features of the Power Pages. We discuss about the web links, how to create the menus, navigation bar, or the toolbar on the portals, along with some page permissions. Then we have some liquid template concepts. So it's a language of the portal that basically used to customize your portal or your Power Pages functionality. So in this topic, we're going to discuss about liquid template. I have given a lot of sessions on the liquid in some other community forums, but in this session we also discuss about that as well. And then how to customize the home page. It's one of the common requirement we have nowadays, that every customer wants to customize the portal as per their needs. Okay, so we're going to see like how we can customize the home page and other pages as well. How to write the JavaScript code, okay, and writing the CSS. Then we have some more features as well. So as soon as we will, we will start, on as soon as we will proceed with all the sessions, we're going to discuss about some advanced features as well. We have the SharePoint integrations, Power BI integration, Power Apps, Power Portal Web APIs integrations as well, and some authentication concept like Azure AD B2C. We're going to discuss about that, how to call the external APIs. So it's a full complete package where you will learn each and everything. And I believe like this is one of the first mentorship program we where we you will learn about each and everything about the portals from scratch to the advance. Okay, so make sure you don't miss any videos of about this mentorship challenge, of this learning challenge, 30 days learning challenge. So subscribe it, so you don't get missed any updates that I'm posting on my YouTube channel. Okay, let's look at about the total registration or the enrollments. So I'm really glad to see such a great response of all my audience. So I asked them to register so that I know my audience, so that I can plan my content accordingly. And I got to know like I got around 559 plus registrations till now, and it's still going on because I just mark the date as a 31st December. So it's still 2 days left. But till today, it's 559 registration has already been made. And out of these 559 folks, 67% folks, don't have experience in the portal or the Power Pages. And 163 folks, or the 29% of the audience, does not have, the Dynamic 365 experience. And I'm glad to know like you have the Power Platform experience. So the 70s the 87% audience already knows about the Power Platform. So it's good, like you already aware about the fundamental concepts of the Power Platform. Okay, so only 30% audience is there who is not having experience in the Power Platform. But I just wanted to discuss about, I'm just considering that you do not have any portal or Dynamic 365 or the Power Platform experience. So I'm going to start with the scratch, and we'll discuss each and about every topic from the fundamentals or from the zero level. All right. All right, so our first topic, as I told you, this is our first mentorship program challenge day one, and in this video we're going to discuss about introduction of the Power Pages. Okay, uh, you have been listening this term a lot from, I think, since May 2022, when the Microsoft first announced this product as part of Microsoft Ignite, and in 2022 October, it is basically generally available for all of us. But we still have a doubt, like some of the folks who have already been working with the Power Apps portals, and they still have a lot of questions like, what is the difference between the Power Apps portals and the Power Pages? But I just wanted to start from the scratch. Okay, don't worry about that. If you don't have any experience in the portals, if you haven't worked in the Dynamic 365 Power Platform, so don't worry about that. We're going to discuss about everything from the scratch. Okay, so what is Power Pages? Okay, so before discussing about the Power Pages, I just wanted to discuss quickly about the Microsoft Power Platform. Why? Because Power Pages is one of the family member that Microsoft recently introduced as part of the Power Platform family. Okay, so earlier, before October 2022, or I would say the May 2022, we had only four family members in the Microsoft Power Platform. So the Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, Power Apps, and the Power Automate. Okay, and May 2022, Microsoft announced a new product in this family, called Power Pages. All right. And all these components made the Microsoft Power Platform. Now, who are very new to this terminology, like what is this Microsoft Power Platform? So it's a basically low code, no code platform that is basically used to design an application. Now, if I go back to the software engineering, or I believe like you are all from the IT background. So what is the platform in the software engineering or in the IT? Okay. So platform, you heard about that from your engineering subjects and all. Like a platform is something where it is basically the collection of hardwares and the softwares, the operating system that is basically used to design the application, to run the application, and to host the application. Okay, because our main objective is to design the application for our customers. Okay, so all the softwares, all the hardwares, and all the logistic that is needed to design a particular application or to host a particular application, we need a platform, right? And same with the Microsoft also design a platform where their main objective is to design an application for their customer, but their main objective is basically on the low code no code side. Okay, they wanted that everyone can design the application. Okay, the major challenge right now in the business is that we are dependent on the developers, we are dependent on the programmers, the coders, or the technical person, right? So if we have to design any application, we have to go to the technical person to to ask them like to design the code, to design the applications, and it takes a lot of time also, right, if you are writing the code. But now, as per the Gartner, like 67% or I would say the 70% of the businesses or the industries are moving towards the low code, no code application development. Okay, so it's basically a great platform that Microsoft has provided, and it's a low code, no code platform. Which actually empower everyone to design the application. So no matter you are a citizen developer, no matter you are a business person, you are working as a pre-sales consultant, you are a functional consultant, no matter, you can go and create an application. Okay, and this basically platform, so as you heard about that, Microsoft has three biggest cloud in the market. Okay, the first is the Microsoft 365. Okay, Microsoft 365 has a lot of applications like we have been using from the daily uses, like Office 365, now renamed as a Microsoft 365. So it has a lot of products like you have the Excel, you have the PowerPoint, you have the Microsoft Words, you have the PowerPoints, right? And you have the OneDrive for business, you have the SharePoint, you have Microsoft Teams. So these are also family members of the Microsoft 365. And we have the Dynamic 365, that is also a platform or the cloud for designing the Dynamic 365, like business applications like sales, customers, customer hub, marketing, projects, operations, ERP solutions. So Dynamic 365 cloud is basically to design the CRM and ERP solutions. And then the third is the Azure, that is basically for hosting the application, create the web applications as well. So these are the biggest cloud available in the market. Microsoft 365, and then Dynamic 365, and then we have the Azure. Okay, and there was no a common platform available till now, which actually communicate with all these three clouds, right? So Microsoft Power Platform is also one of the platform available that basically can interact with all these three different clouds, and on top of it you can design your applications, right? One of the major challenge that the business is right now facing is their data is distributed among different systems or in the databases. So if they have to design any application, they have to interact with the different applications. So integration becomes quite complex, and it's very difficult actually to make the integration with the different system to bring the customer data. So if I am the customer, and you can imagine like my profile details will remain same, my first name, my last name, my email address, or my phone number, and my addresses will remain same, right? But it's up to the client how they are storing my data. Some of the organization storing my data in three different systems, in three different data models, right? So if I have to design an application, or if I have to design a report or the dashboard, I have to go to the different application to get the data, right? So Power Platform, basically it's a common platform that is basically used to design the business application. Now it has basically four members till now, and the Power Pages is a new family member here. Now each component has their own features. Okay, now Power Apps is basically used to design the the mobile based applications or the web based applications, because if you have to design any business application, you need the UI, right? And that UI could be the mobile responsive, tablet responsive, and the web responsive. So Power Apps is basically the basically a tool, or you can see it's a product of the Power Platform that is basically used to design the the UI of an application. Okay, now you design the UI, but you need the business logic also to run to it, right? You need to integrate with the systems. You need to write some automation logic. You need to validate something, right? So some artificial intelligence capabilities. You need to design the connector so that you can bring the data outside from the system, right? So for that purpose, we have the Power Automate. Okay, so Power Automate is basically automate your business logic or integrate your business logic, and it actually used to write your complex business logic that is needed to design an application. Okay, Power BI is also a tool, and this tool is basically used to design the reports, dashboard, and analytics. Imagine you have the business application and you have the data of millions of customers. Okay, and your sales manager wants to check the performance of the sales team, so they cannot go to the database and just scan through all the the millions of data available in the database, right? So the reports, dashboards, and the analytics is the best way to check the performance of my sales. So it's a great way to represent your data in the graphical representation format. Okay, so Power BI is basically for that purpose. If you have to design the chatbots, for that purpose, you have the Power Virtual Agents. Power Virtual Agent is basically used to design the chatbot features. Okay, and then the new family member that we're gonna discuss about that in the session is the Power Pages. Okay, Power Pages is basically a new product member in this family, which is basically used to design the websites, or the low code no code website, I would say, or the portals for your customers. Okay, because till now we did not had any mechanism or any product available in the market or in the Microsoft family where customer can directly interact with the application data. Okay, we had the systems like Power BI, Virtual Agents, Power Apps, and the Power Automate. These all the application we had, and these all application for the internal users. Okay, in few of the cases you can expose it to the external users as well, or the customers as well, but there was no dedicatedly product available in the market where customer can directly interact with your business data. Okay, so Power Pages is basically it's a new family member, or it's a new product that basically expose your business data or internal data to with lot of security to your external audience, and that could be your contractor, your partners, your vendors, your customers. Okay, and it's not a new, I would say. Earlier, this Power Pages was part of the Power Apps itself. Okay, at that time we used to call it as Power Apps portals. Okay, because it was part of Power Apps, but now Microsoft has rebranded as a new product, and it has become a new family member of the Power Platform. All right. Okay. Now, what is Dataverse actually? So in this diagram also, there is a Dataverse also in the middle, right? You can say that how the data is being flown. Okay. So as I told about all the products that is basically used to design an application. Okay. But you can imagine, like if you have to design any application in this world, you need the database to store the data. Okay. So in order to store the data, we have a database available in the Microsoft family called, in the Power Platform, called Microsoft Dataverse. Okay, and Microsoft Dataverse is basically it's a database, and it's not a new database actually. It's a brand name that Microsoft has provided, but in the background, in the backend, it's an SQL server only. It's Azure SQL server only. Okay, so all the data. On top of it, we are going to create an application, so it's a Microsoft Dataverse only. Now it's Microsoft Dataverse, but it has the capability to connect with 675 plus connectors as well. Okay, so now you can imagine, like you may have a questions like, is it only possible that I can store the data in the Dataverse only? Can I not connect my data or design my application where my data is stored in a different application or in the different databases? So answer is no, because you have the 675 connectors and it is being, added on the daily basis. Okay. So 675 connectors, you can imagine you can connect your data with the Oracle, you can connect your data with the SQL database, you can connect your data with the Azure, Microsoft Excel, SharePoint. There is a list of data connectors available. Okay, so it's not necessary that your application should be designed on top of Dataverse, but it can be designed or bring the data from other applications or other systems as well. But there are few applications or there are few products available in the product family of the Microsoft Power Platform that can only be designed on top of Microsoft Dataverse. Okay. The first one is the model driven app. Okay. Power apps basically are of two types, Canvas app and the model driven app. Okay. And the model driven app is one of the type of power apps that can store the data only in the Dataverse. Okay. So if someone asks you, if the customer is asking like, can it is possible that my data is stored in the Oracle or my data is stored in the Azure SQL or in the SharePoint and I can design the model driven app on top of it? So answer is no, because the primary data source or primary database of the model driven app can only the Dataverse. But it's a fact that you can connect the Dataverse with some other connectors using Power Automate to bring the data in the Dataverse, but the primary database should always be the Dataverse. Okay, the same with the Power Pages. So if you ask me like what is the database for the Power Pages or the portals, that the answer is Microsoft Dataverse. Okay, you cannot design the portals or the Power Pages on top of any other database. You can bring the data, of course, from the other databases using the Power Automate or some other connectors, but your primary data source where all the configuration, all the customization is getting stored should be the Dataverse. Okay, it's not the case with the other components like the Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, and the Power Automate. Okay, it's not necessary, or also with the Canvas app as well. So it's not necessary that the Canvas app can only be designed on top of the Dataverse. It can be designed on top of SQL, it can be designed on top of Twitter, it can be designed on top of Oracle, SharePoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Teams, any other data sources. Okay, only model driven app and the Power Pages can stick or can store their data to the Dataverse. Okay, now a lot of people has a confusion like, Microsoft Dataverse is only a Dataverse. It's just a database. So it's not the case. So Dataverse is not the database only. It is basically provide you some other capabilities as well. It has the Azure based security. Okay. It has some business logics capabilities as well. So it's not like just an SQL server. You just need to store the data, right? Microsoft Dataverse is basically the database which store the data with some additional capabilities as well. Okay, it actually provide the integrations with other data sources using the logic apps, Power Automate. It actually provide you the options to write the business logic like plugins, workflows. It actually provide you the capabilities to write the validations, and also you have the calculated fields, roll up fields, and then you have the business rules. So there are a lot of capabilities are there in the Microsoft Dataverse, but I'm not going to dive deep into it, because from the Power Pages terminology, I just wanted to tell you like Power Pages store the data in the Microsoft Dataverse. Okay, so just for that purpose, you can remember Power Pages store the data in the Dataverse, and it's not an only a database. It has a lot of capabilities along with the database capabilities. Okay. Now let's come to the topic. What is Power Pages now? Okay, so we discussed about the Power Platform family members, all the components, what are the purpose of each of the family members. Now, if we talk about a single line definition or a very layman terminology, what is Power Pages? Okay, so the Power Pages is basically, it's a product that is basically used to design the low code no code websites. Okay, it's a very simple language. In a very simple language, the answer is it's a low code no code website product that is used to design the websites or that is used to design the portals. Okay, now, in a more technical terminology, Power Pages is an enterprise grade, low code, no code, SaaS based platform that is basically used to create, host, and administrating rich external business websites. Okay. Now, it's a SaaS-based platform. Now, what is the meaning of SaaS-based platform? So, SaaS-based platform is basically, you cannot change the code or the server-side code that is written behind the Power Pages. Okay, you are only allowed to use this as a software as a service. Okay, so software as a service means what is the code which is written behind this particular product? You cannot change this. You can only use as a service. So portal is only extendable using the client side code. So you can write the JavaScript, you can write the CSS, you can write the HTML. You have a new a language called Liquid Templates code. Now we have the portal web API is also available. So these are all the client side languages we have, and using that you can extend your portal. You can do the branding of your websites, but you cannot customize the backend code of it. All right. And the another capability in the Power Pages is basically it's a low code no code website. Okay, so I'll discuss about that in my upcoming slides. But if we talk about the architecture of this Power Pages, you can see like it's basically a communication between the client and the server. And the client could be your mobile devices, your tablets, or your browser, or your laptop, your machines. And the database is basically the Microsoft Dataverse. Okay. So any application in this world, it's not about the Power Pages. Any application in this world has two main resources, client and the server. Client send the data to the server and server respond back to the client. What is actually it's requesting for. Okay. Now between this client and the server communication, there are a lot of things in between that basically ensure the security of the portal. Okay. Now the first thing is that Azure Web Application Firewall. Okay, and the Azure CDN. It's a content delivery network. Okay, so Azure Web Application Firewall and Azure Content Delivery Network. These are the two components that Microsoft recently introduced in the Power Pages to enhance its security. Okay, now what is this Web Application Firewall? I'll discuss about that. But just imagine whenever you make the request or you hit the URL of the portal or you hit the website URL on your browser, first it goes to the web application firewall. So firewall, it's basically you have been using it in your laptop, in your machines as well. It actually stop the malicious attacks or any unwanted attacks from the different types of server on your machines, right? So web application firewall is all about that. Now once your request gets passed from the web application firewall or from the CDN network, there is a web Power Pages backend service is there. Okay, you get authenticated, then you have the authorizations, then you can connect to the Dataverse. Okay, so it's not like that you can just hit the website URL and you can directly bring the Microsoft Dataverse to it, right? There is authentication process in between, and there are different types of authentications and the identity provider that Microsoft has provided as part of Power Pages. So you have the Azure AD B2C based authentications, you have the Azure Active Directory authentications, you have the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. All this OAuth type of authentication is also there. Okay, once your authentication is done, okay, once your token is verified that you are the authenticated user from the respective identity provider, then the authorization comes to the picture. Authorization means what you can access, and authentication is basically who are you. So first of all, you need to prove your identity. Who are you? Then after you prove your identity, then you have to tell the Power Pages what you want to access. So authorization is part of that. So authorization, once your authorization is done, so we will discuss about the authorization part of the portal in the later section. But authorization is basically you need to you ensure like the user has the appropriate security, the user has the appropriate role to perform the transaction in the Dataverse. Okay, so for example, I just want to see the contacts or the accounts. Okay, so once my authentication is done, it doesn't mean I can access the contacts or accounts available in the Dataverse, because Dataverse is something which is being used by the internal users as well, with your organization data as well. So it's the responsibility of Microsoft as well to secure the data as much as possible. Okay, so authentication is only to prove your identity, but authorization is basically means if you have the appropriate role or the security in place, then only you can access that particular data. Okay, now If you want to extend the data source capability, you can see in the right section, you can integrate your Microsoft database or the Dataverse with some other connectors as well. Okay, so we had discussed in the earlier slide, we have the 675 connectors. So you can bring the data from the different data sources in the Dataverse and bring it to the portal as well. Okay, so now the two major important feature that Microsoft introduced as part of Power Pages is the Azure Web Application Firewall and the Azure CDN network. Now, if I talk about the Azure Web Application Firewall, so the objective of the Web Application Firewall is to provide centralized protection for the Power Pages website. Okay, so and defending against all the common exploits and the vulnerabilities by preventing malicious attack before they enter into the network. So while utilizing the Web Application Firewall, Power Pages sites receive the global protection at a scale without sacrificing the performance. Okay, so it is just a wall between your client and server. Okay, and this basically ensure that there is no malicious attack or there is no bot attacks on your sites. Okay, so this is the additional feature that Microsoft has provided, but it's up to you. It's not every time like you have created a Power Pages site and automatically it's secure using Web Application Firewall. So it's a choice that you have to make. So in the Portal Admin Center, you have the option whether you want to, enable the settings for your Power Pages sites or not. Okay, so if you want to enable this setting, then it provides an additional layer of security. Now, what is Azure CDN? So Azure CDN is basically it's a content delivery network. Okay, so content delivery network is basically, you know, it's a network or it's a network of different servers. Okay, so when you enable the content delivery network on your portal or in a website, all the contents like that takes time to load on the portal, like images, CSS, or some script or the complex script actually. So it basically used to design the website. It actually stored and served from the content delivery network server close to your location. Okay, so it is basically concept of the networking. So when you create a portal, it actually create a web application in the Azure. Okay, and in which particular region, in what which particular the location it's going to host it. It depends on the CDN. Okay, so for example, you enable this Azure content delivery network feature in your portal, then it makes sure like it actually bring all the content that is stored in the portal, especially the images, script, and the style from the nearest locations. Okay, so that you can improvise your portal performance as well. So these are the two new components that Microsoft introduced when you create any Power Pages portal. Okay, now the question comes like why Microsoft introduced this Power Pages. Okay, so we discuss about the Power Pages. Now why Microsoft introduced this Power Pages? Okay, so before understanding why Microsoft introduced the Power Pages, we should understand the challenges that business is facing in the today's world. Okay, so the first major important thing is the pandemic. We've seen from the last couple of years, from last 2 3 years, we have been seeing this pandemic situations, the global conflicts and supply chain disruptions, economic slowdown, reshuffling of the workforces. So that has impact heavily all the businesses. Okay, right. The second business challenge was to dependencies on the IT professionals and the developers for designing the applications. All the applications development need the IT professionals, developers, coders, and the programmers. Okay, the third major challenge was the high expectations from the businesses to respond rapidly. Okay, now you can imagine like during the time of COVID, when the need was, or when the business expecting the fast delivery time. Okay, so for example, if I talk about if I take the examples of COVID vaccination portal. Okay, now imagine like if you have to design a portal where customer can directly see like how much vaccination slots are available, what is the nearest location where I can see the vaccination is being done, and I have to download my vaccination certificate, I have to book the appointment with the doctor. Okay, so these kind of information I need the websites. Okay, so So you can imagine now every time I cannot call to the customer care, and during the time of pandemic also the customer care agents was also not available in the call centers. They were not available 24 by 7 to assist you, right? So in that case, we expect like customer can directly get the data from the website, from the portals, or they can directly book the appointment without interacting to the humans, right? So there was a very high expectations at that time. And let's assume like you have the COVID, you have the the COVID vaccinations available in your country, but how you can make sure like it should be delivered to each and every person or each or every citizens who is available in your country, right? So the portal and the website is the only way through which you can communicate to them, so that customer can directly get the information and they can simply get the appointment booked and get their vaccination done, right? So there was very high expectations from the businesses also these days. So businesses wants from the IT industries that they can quickly create the applications, they can quickly design the the website so that customer can directly interact with that. But just imagine if you hire the developers, it takes a lot of time, first of all to find the developers in the market, then you have to hire them, then you have to convey them, then they will design the application, and there are a lot of maintenance efforts as well. So every time if you are dependent on the IT developers or the professional to design an applications or the websites, then it's going to be a challenging situation for the businesses, right? Business needs fast, secure, trusted, and internet-based connectivity platform to respond to these challenges quickly, right? So that's I told about they need a platform where the customer can directly interact and can get the information without being interacted with the humans, right? And the last one is organizations are looking for the low code, no code development platforms to rapidly build their mission critical solutions. Okay. I cannot wait for the developers to come and join my team to design the website and portals, right? I want that whoever is working in my organization, whether it's a business person, it's a functional person, or person who is already there in my organization can directly start designing the website, rather wait for the technical person to join my team and then start doing the development. So the aim of the Microsoft was to design a platform and to design uh, a website designing platform where anyone can write the code, anyone can design the application. So that's why this concept of Power Pages came, because Power Pages is a website designing technology where you don't need the technical expertise, you don't need the coding experience. Anyone, the citizen developers, the business person, everyone can design the websites without having the coding knowledge. Okay, so that's why the Power Pages comes to the picture. Now, let's talk about the history of the Power Pages. Okay, so you may interest some of you have been working with the portals, Power Apps portals, and you just wanted to know about it. Like, what is the basic difference between this all the portal versions and all, right? So there is a lot of dilemma in the market. Like, I just wanted to discuss about the history of the Power Pages, since I am the one who actually witnessed the all the versions of the portal. I've been working when even the portal was not even acquired by the Microsoft. So I've been working with the AD Studio version. Okay, so I know well. I actually seen the growth of the portal. Okay, because I've been working in the portal when it was known as ADX Studio, and it was not even acquired by the Microsoft. It was a standalone product, and it was owned by some other company called ADX Studio. So let's talk about the history of the Power Pages first. So the main thing that you need to understand is there was a lot of portal versions was released, but a lot of changes have been done in the portal since it was first released in the 2009, but the core has remained the same. Okay, so this is very important to understand. Like a lot of people has a confusion in their mind, like what are the major enhancement in the portal? Did Microsoft only do the rebranding of the product, or is there any special features has been introduced? Of course, there are with every time when the Microsoft did the rebranding of the product, some new features got introduced in the portals. But yeah, the core concept, the core feature had remained same. Okay, so this is a very important line that you need to think about it. And the first version was launched in 2009, and we used to call it as ADX Studio Portal. Okay, and all the versions of the portal that start with 7.0, 7.1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on, we used to call it as ADX Studio Portal. Okay, so in January 2009, the ADX Studio company has been set up, and till August 2015, they actually created a portal, and it was well integrated with the dynamic CRMs as well. Okay, so till August 2015, we used to, if we had any requirement to design a website or the portal for dynamic CRM customers, we used to use the ADF Studio portal. Okay. Then Microsoft acquired this whole ADF Studio portal and merged it in the Dynamics 365 as a product. And this merger happened in the September 2015, and Microsoft rebranded this product as CRM portal. Okay, and all this version of the CRM portal started from V 8.0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, and from September 2015 to September 2019, it used to call it as a CRM portals. And just believe me, all the features that we had in the AD Studio had same in the CRM portals as well. The only capabilities, that additional capabilities we had in the AD Studio portal was we had the accessibility of the server side code as well. Okay, we had the capabilities that we can customize the backend code. We had the capabilities to customize the C# code that was written, behind these portals. Okay, now when the Microsoft took it over and rebranded as a CRM portal, then it actually become the cloud portals. So we did not have that capabilities that we can change the server side code of it. Okay, so this was the second version of the portal. So in September 2015, it actually becomes the Microsoft product, and we used to call it as CRM portals. The third version of this portal is the Power Apps portals. So as you know, like when Microsoft introduced the concept of Power Platform, okay, they rebranded all their products, and they introduced all the products with the keyword called Power. Okay, so as you can see, like all the Platform products like Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, and all these products are basically start with the Power. So that's why Microsoft rebranded the CRM portals again with the new name called Power Apps portals, and it started with the version v 9.0, 1, 2, and so on. And in October 2019, Microsoft actually rebranded it, and till September 2022 we know it as a Power Apps portal. Okay, now, and in May 2022, in the Microsoft Ignite, if you heard about it, and if you just watch the all the sessions of Power Pages, in May 2022, it was announced that Power Apps portal has been rebranded to a new product called Power Pages. And it is not only the rebranded as a Power Pages, but it also introduced as a new family member of the Power Platform as well. Okay, so you don't need to depend on the other Power Platform components in order to design it. If you have a need that you wanted to design a website for your customer, you can just standalone purchase a license of the Power Pages along with the Dataverse, and you can start using it. You don't need to have the license of Dynamics 365 or some other component unless you are using some sales capabilities, customer service capabilities on the portal. Okay, now in the October 2022, it is basically generally available. Since 2022 is now generally available, so you can start using it. You can create the trial, or you can purchase the license for your license environment. So this is all about the history of the Power Pages from ADX Studio to the custom from the CRM portals, then to the Power Apps portals, then it has become now the Power Pages. Okay, now the question that still we have in our mind, because there is no much changes in the Power Apps portal and in the Power Pages. So I know like a lot of customers are already working in the with the Power Apps portals. And since the time that Microsoft has announced the Power Pages, they have a lot of questions in their mind, whether my Power Apps portal is still alive, whether it's deprecated. Should I stop, designing my website using Power Apps portal? How should I migrate it to the Power Pages? So there are a lot of confusions and a lot of questions or queries in the market. Okay, on the community, the folks are asking. Okay, so Power Pages and Power Apps portal, in my terminology, it is nothing. It's just a branding name change. And Power Apps portal is basically the Power Pages is basically the Power Apps portal plus plus. Okay, so it's not like uh, it's a different product. Okay, it has all the capabilities that we had in the Power Apps portals, but some additional capabilities as well. Now you can ask me the question like, the Power Pages is same like Power Apps portal but had some additional capabilities. Now what all these additional capabilities that Microsoft has introduced? Okay, so the first one is the low code no code capabilities. Okay, in the Power Apps portal is basically for the pro developers. Okay, so if we have to design the website, we had very limited capabilities. They announced the Power Apps portal studio that we actually use to design the portal, design the pages and all. So the low code no code developers can also design the portals, but it has some limited capabilities. So Power Pages is basically for the no code capabilities as well. So Microsoft has introduced a new designer studio. Using that, you can design your own components in the Power Pages, but it's not like that all the no code, low code capabilities can design the complete full-fledged website. Definitely, you need some coding help. You need some advanced features in the Power Pages for branding of your website, or to customize your website. Okay, but yeah, if you have to do the quick demonstration of the portals to your client, if you have to design a quick POC to your client, or design the quickly website, then you can use the low code no code capabilities to it. Okay, new designer studio that we call it as a Power Page Studio, and this is basically it's a new designer studio that has the drag and drop controls available. So it is basically used to design your Power Pages websites. Okay, so if you ever worked in the WordPress, so it has the same experience like that. You can add the controls, you can add the forms, you can add the list, you can add the permissions, and then you can publish it to your website and can watch your changes on the website directly. Okay, 10 plus new business solution website templates available. So templates are very important in the Power Pages. So sometimes so let's say you have to design the training portal, you have to design the registration portal, student registration portal where students, trainers, and anyone can register for a particular trainings or for a particular events or the boot camps. So this is quite common requirement these days, right? So if you have to design the website, you don't need to design the website from the scratch. Okay, you have the list of templates available for you, so you can just use those templates and can start customizing the portal using those templates. So you don't need to design your portal websites or the code from the scratch. You can utilize this template and can reuse the code as well. Okay, so right now it's only 10 plus web business solution website is available, but it keeps on adding, and Microsoft is targeting to provide 100 plus website templates in the near future. Okay, so you can imagine you already have the 100 plus website templates available, 100 plus live websites available, that you can simply reuse it for your customer. Okay, you just need to rebrand them as per your customer need, but the code, the functionality, the features, the flows, you can directly use it. Okay, so that is the capability that you're going to have. Okay, get up to the speed with new tutorial sections in the learning hub. So we're going to discuss about that in more details when we have the practical sessions or the lab sessions. So it is one of the most important features that I really liked it. that Microsoft has provided the tutorial sections as well. So if you are new to the Power Pages and you want to learn something, so Microsoft has provided some tutorial sections over there. They embedded the MS article links, MS Learns links, some of the videos of the Power Pages important features. So you don't need to navigate away from the application. You get all the information, all the important tutorials or learning related stuff about the Power Pages within the Power Pages itself. Okay. VS Code integration for the professional developers. So that was one of the main challenge since the first version of the product was launched, that there was no proper, the coding editor tool available with the Power Pages, right? So every time when you have to write the code, you have to rely on the multi-area text control available within the Power Pages. So custom JavaScript, liquid template code, there was no intelligence available. You have to write the code in just a text box like a container, right? It was not a good idea, basically, a product like Power Pages. So Microsoft now integrated this Power Pages with the VS Code. Okay, so you can directly write the code in the VS Code, and it's a freeware software. You can simply download it from the internet and can start writing your code. Okay, and the ca- and the beauty of this VS Code integration is that it automatically sync the changes to your Dataverse as well. So whatever code you are writing, updating in your VS Code, you can integrating back to the Power Pages Dataverse. Okay, so this is very great capabilities, and it also provide you the ALM capabilities as well, because if you have the code available in the VS Code, you don't need to worry about losing it. So it might sometimes your site get crashed, your trial is not available, but your code is still available in your local machine, right? And you can anytime push it to your repository. You can integrate with the GitHub, Git repository, and you can integrate with the Azure DevOps and the CI/CD pipeline to automate your deployment as well. So VS Code integration is one of the key features that Microsoft recently introduced as part of Power Pages. Okay, integration with the web application firewall. So just to provide an additional layer of security, it provides the Azure based firewall to avoid the malicious attacks, and all kind of security features it actually provides, so that I discussed in my earlier slides. CDN and the Azure front door. So basically, it actually to distribute your the portal traffic. So if you have the high load on the portal, then it actually makes sure like the content is available on the portal very smoothly and in a very fast paced manner. Okay, user should not wait to content available on the portal. So all the heavy content like images, CSS, JavaScript get immediately available using the CDN network. Okay, so if you enable this feature, Microsoft makes sure that the content is instantly available on your website from the nearest locations. Okay, simplify go live checklist, simplify site verification prior to the going live. So always when you push your code to the production or your target instance, then you always need a checklist. You need to make sure, because Power Pages is a website, right? And you need to make sure like there should be a proper to-do list or go live checklist available with you before publishing it to the production. So for example, like changing the custom domain name, SSL certificates, and these all the prerequisite you need to make sure before pushing your code to the production. So they have provided the go live checklist option as well. I'll show you as part of the lab on the practical implementation, but just to know, like this is one of the additional feature that Microsoft has introduced. Last but not the least is the updated license version. Okay, so in the earlier days, the Power Apps portal licensing was quite complex, and there was no option to pay as you go based licensing model available, right? But nowadays we have the two types of licensing available. So in my upcoming Power Pages 30 days learning challenging video, we have a dedicated session on the license as well, where I'm going to discuss about, we'll dive deeper into the subscription and the pay as you go model as well. Okay. So this is all the features that Microsoft has actually pushed towards or working hard to introduce all these features in the Power Pages. And it all the feature you don't need to upgrade your Power Apps portal to the Power Pages, because Microsoft is taking care about that. All the Power Apps portals has automatically been converted to the Power Pages from the October 2022. Okay, because it's just a rebranding of the product. It's nothing else with some additional capabilities. All right. Power Pages core components. So the main components of the Power Pages we're going to discuss about in the next session, but there are some core components are there. So when you install a Power Pages, you get three components, okay, in your environment. So the first is the portal solution, second is the portal metadata, and the third is the portal web app. Okay, so as soon as you create a new portal website, whether it's a trial version or whether it's a licensed version, there are some list of solutions that Microsoft install in your environments. Okay, you don't need to care about those solutions, but in order to start configuring your portal, in order to design your website, there are some of the solution components like tables, views, forms that Microsoft automatically created in your environments that is needed to design your portal. So that solution is also part of your Power Pages. So that is the one thing. The second is the portal metadata. Some of the metadata is nothing but the data that comes with the portal installation. Okay, so when you install the portal, there are some of the data that automatically gets available with you. So for example, some site settings, I'll discuss about that in more details in the upcoming session. But just imagine like some of the data gets automatically created in your environments. Now you may have a question like, what is this environment? Okay, so environment is basically you can imagine it's a container that actually hold a lot of resources, okay, in your for your tenant. So so you may have a question like the database is also doing the same, right? Database is also holding all the stuff. Then why we need the environment? So environment is basically just to segregate your resources. Okay, because just imagine like in the database you have all the data, all the components available, but if you have to just segregate between the test environment, dev environment, and the production environment, so that the user of each individual environment don't touch their each other components, right? So in that case, environments comes to the picture. So for example, let's say I have a tenant, okay, and in my tenant, I have three environments: dev, test, and the production. The dev environment is being used by the developers who are developing the components. Test environment is being used by the testers who are doing the testing, and the production environment is using by the end users, the actual users. Okay, and you don't want that the development, the uncooked item that developers are doing should promote it to the test environment, or the whatever the developers are doing, or they are developing, the testers should test that thing. Whatever the testers are doing the testing, the end user should not use that. So no one wants to use the each other the resources. So that's why we have a segregation needed among the resources. Okay, now this resources is nothing but all the Power Platform components along with some admin configurations like your Power Apps, your Power BI, your Power Virtual Agents, your connectors, your Dataverse, your data. So all these things is basically considered as a resources. Okay, so environment is basically just to segregate your resources, and it's just a container that hold all the resources. So portal solution is the one component. Portal metadata is the second component. So metadata is basically you get some of the data automatically in your Dataverse when you install the portal, like site settings. Some of the pages get automatically installed. Some languages automatically gets created. Some entity forms. I'm not sure about the forms, but yeah, some web pages, site settings, the website records, content snippets. So these kind of things automatically you get to see in your environment when you install the portal. So these are the metadata. Okay, just skip the part if you are not aware about that. But when I'm going to have a practical implementation, you will understand what metadata I'm talking about. Okay, the third thing is the portal web app. Okay, now, what is Portal Web App? So Portal Web App is basically if you ever use the Azure web applications, okay, when you host any application, you use the web apps in the Azure. So same like that way, when you create any portals in your environment, it actually creates a web app in the Azure, Microsoft Azure. Okay, So that is very important that that web app has the administrative privilege. Otherwise you will not be able to create the portal in your environment. Okay, so you need to have the global administrative privilege to create the web app in your environments. Otherwise you will not be able to create the portals. Okay, now the advantage of creating this web app in the Azure is that you can provide some additional layer of security. You can add some Azure related features to it, for example conditional access policies. So these kind of things you can do it if you have the Azure license on this portal web app. Okay, so this is all about the portal components, portal solution, portal metadata, and the portal web app. So now you can see here in the Power Pages, the Dataverse solution. This is the first component. So when you install the portal, you see like these are all the solutions gets installed automatically. Okay. So if you have the question like I want to delete the portal completely from my environment, you have to delete all the solutions as well in a particular order in which they actually installed it. Okay, so it's not an easy task to delete the portal or to uninstall the portal from your environment. Okay, so these are all the list of components, or sorry, list of solution gets installed automatically. Power Pages metadata. So as I told about you, like when you install the portal, you get to see all these components in the left panel: website, page template, site marker, site settings, content snippet. And these all the components are already available for you. Okay, whether you are using them or not, but this available comes from the portal installation. Okay, so this is called the metadata. And the third one is the Azure Web App. Okay, so as you can see here in the left panel, in the app registration section, I have the portals Arpit guide, portals Power Pages trainings, portals Power Guide Dev, UAT, SIT. So these are all the portals I have installed in the different environments. Okay, and for each environment, it has created a separate web app. Okay, and when I run this app, it actually hit the URL in the website, and the UI of the portal looks like this. Okay, so these are the basic three components of the portal. Now, design the Power Pages. Now, as you can imagine, like Power Pages is a website. As I'm talking about, since my first slide, like Power Pages is basically to design the website. Now, in order to design the website or the Power Pages, we have two options. The first is Power Page app, and the second is Portal Management app. Okay, so there are basically two options to design your portal or design your website. Okay, so when you install your portal, in the right picture you can see it. I have installed the portal, and as soon as I install the portal, I get to see two components in my app sections. Okay, if you go to the makes.powerapps.com and just choose your environment, you get to see these two components in your portal as soon as you install the portal. The first is your Power Page app. Okay, it is the name of the portal. It is the name of the website you have just given while creating the portal or while installing the portal. So I have created the portal with the name Arpit Power Guide. Okay, so that's why the first component is the Power Page app. The second component is the Portal Management app. Okay, so portal management app is the model driven app basically. So if you want to customize your portal or to design your portal, you have the option called portal management. You can just open this model driven app, and you can see all the components over there, and you can start designing your portal. You can start creating the data, you can writing your script, liquid templates, everything there, and you can start designing it. That is basically for the professional developers. Okay, and the first option is the Power Page app, and basically this opens in the Power Pages Designer Studio. That's I'm talking about. So it actually provides the low code, no code capabilities. Okay, so if you are not the professional developer, but still you want to design the website, then this option is for you. You can just simply click or choose this first option and just click the edit option from the ribbon toolbar. I'll discuss about that in more details in the practical sessions, but you can just open this in the Designer Studio and it will open your complete portal in a designer, and you can simply drag and drop, add the new forms, the pages and everything to it. Okay, so these are the basic two ways to design your portals: Power Page and the portal management. Power Pages personas. Okay, who can use the Power Pages? So Power Pages is basically is for the Fusion teams. So it's not the as I'm talking about from the first slide. Like Power Pages is not only for the developers or for someone who is from the technical background. Okay, it is basically for the Fusion teams. Now, who is this Fusion team? So Fusion team is basically made up of it's a multidisciplinary team of the developers, users, and the business leaders that use their specific disciplines and expertise to help build a product that aligns to one of the common goal. Okay, so by combining the team's knowledge with the latest technology, Fusion team can deliver products and the solution faster and more efficiently. Okay, so Fusion team is basically it can have the low code website makers, it can have the professional developers, it can have the site administrators. So it's not only about the developers can only design the website. Anyone can design the website. So that's why this Fusion teams comes to the picture. Okay, as you know, like the business adopt the new technologies as part of their digital transformation strategy, they also have to evaluate how internal teams operate and communicate with each other to ensure that digital transformation succeed, right? If everyone can contribute to design a software, if everyone can contribute to design an application, there should be no dependencies on the developers only, right? So in this fast paced development technologies phase where every application, every industry is strive for looking for developing the application in the rapid way, then Fusion team is basically comes to the picture. Okay, so it's a basically integral part of that strategy. They will help improve both business outcomes and the user experiences by delivering products and the solution faster and better meeting the needs of the customer and clients. Okay, if we talk about from the portal perspective, so the portal is basically have three types of personas. Okay, so portal is not only for the website, it's not only for the developers or who are from the coding background. The Power Pages is basically for three types of personas. The low code website maker. Okay, so the low code no code website maker basically can use the Power Pages Maker Studios. They can use the templates hub. So these are the capabilities that Microsoft has provided for the low code website makers. Okay, they can use the Power Pages Maker Studio to design the websites. They can use the templates hub to start creating the website using the templates. They have the learning hub capability so that they can start learning using the tutorials that Microsoft has provided. They have the data modeling and the visualization capability so that they don't need to go to the solutions or in the Dataverse to create the tables and the data. They can straight away create the tables, add the forms and the views within the Power Pages Maker Studio. Okay, pro developers can write the code. Okay, they have the VS code integration capability, so they can write the code. They have the ALM capabilities. They can integrate their VS code, the porter code like liquid JavaScript, CSS and HTML code to the GitHub Azure DevOps. They can integrate the CI/CD capabilities as well. And also for the site administrators. Okay, so site administrators basically to handle all the IT admin related capabilities. So for example, how the SSL certificates will be set up, how the custom domain will be set up, what should be the authorization and the authentication mechanism should be there, what should be the identity provider will be there, how the CDN or the content delivery network will be set up, how the website application firewall will be set up. So all these kind of admin related activities will be done by the site administrators. Okay, so the portal is not only for the developers, it is for the Fusion team. And this Fusion team is basically made up of three type of personas: low code website makers, pro developers, and site administrators. Okay, so everyone has their each roles and responsibilities while designing the portals. So it's for everyone. Okay, Power Pages life cycle, it is the last topic of this session. Okay, so like there are a lot of questions about that as well. Like I'm installing the portal, like I have created the portal and it is only available for the 30 days now. After the 30 days, what will happen with my portals? Can I extend my portal same like the Dynamic 365 trial and blah blah. So these kinds of questions we have. So let's understand about the Power Pages life cycle as well. So this is I've grabbed it from the Microsoft Learning portal. So basically, when you create any Power Pages trial portal, Okay, it basically available for 30 days, same like the Dynamics 365 trial environment. Okay, but Microsoft Dynamics 365 trial environment, you can, I think, extend it for again 30 days. And in the portal also, there is a way you can extend your trial portal for another 30 days as well. Okay, that I'll tell you while at the time of practical implementation, because it has the capabilities nowadays. In the portal you have the capabilities to create the multiple websites, right? You can have the multiple website, you can have the multiple power pages site within your environments. Okay, so let's say once you created your portal, first of all it will available only for the 30 days. Okay, then after 30 days it will be goes into the suspended state. Okay, so if you're not converting that trial to the production, so it will keep on saying to you like convert your trial to the production. Okay, but you can only convert your trial to your production if you have the appropriate portal licenses available. Okay, but if you are just using the portal just for the R&D purpose or for the learning purpose, then it will only available for the 30 days. So it's not only for the trial portal. So if you have the license portal also, first of all it will available for trial as a 30 days only. Okay, then you have to convert it to the production. So this is not only for the trial portal, this is for each type of portal, whether it's a license portal or whether it's a trial portal. Okay, so once you create the portal, it will available for 30 days. Then it's up to you whether you want to convert it to the production or not. If you don't want to convert it to production, then it will be suspended. Then it will be suspended and will be available in the suspended state for 7 days. Okay, if the portal state is in the suspended state, the portal website will be shut down and it is inaccessible. You cannot access that. Okay, if you are not taking action in the suspended state, and you again have the option whether you want to convert it to the production or not. So in the suspended state also you can convert it to the production, but if you don't want to do that, then it will automatically delete that portal from your environment. Okay, now deleting the portal from your environment doesn't mean it will flush all your configuration. Okay, configuration means whatever metadata you have created like forms, pages, toolbars, or the form, or sorry, the CSS and blah blah blah. So there are a lot of components are there. So deleting the portal doesn't mean your configuration will be flushed out. Only your the admin related capabilities like your URL, your connections and everything, your app, this will automatically delete it. Okay, so this is all about the life cycle of the portal and each state. So once it's deleted, you cannot convert that to the production for sure. But once it is on the trial state, once it is on the suspended state, you can anyways go and convert it to the production. Okay, but just wanted to make sure like you need to have the appropriate license for that. Okay. All right, so this is the last thing. Like, if you just keen to know about that, like who are the Power Pages customer, who are the real customers who are using the Power Pages or the Power Apps portals. So these are the some of the customer that I knows, like EY is using the Microsoft Power Pages for a lot of operations. Microsoft also using their internal portals based on Power Pages. New Zealand Migrations is basically using the Power Pages, PwC, Kin County, Sweet Hub, Call to Recycles, Novo Nordics, the City of Columbus. Microsoft is basically using the Power Apps portals or the Power Pages to design the Idea portal. So if you have ever seen the Microsoft Idea portal where you can go and submit your ideas. So if any of the features, if any of the issue you are facing, then you can go to the Idea portal and you can submit your ideas where Microsoft actually closely look into it. And if they find it suitable, they can simply add it in their upcoming releases, right? So Idea Portal is basically designed on top of Power Pages. Okay. Microsoft Release Planner Portal. So if you ever visited this new Power Apps portal that Microsoft Power Pages has released. So earlier we did not had the Power Pages capabilities when we had to see all the release planning, what is coming next, what is coming, what is being deprecated. So all the kind of release or updates, the announcements we can the Microsoft has introduced the Power Pages based portal where you can see all the releases as well. Okay, so these are all the customer that you can also find it on the Microsoft Power Apps case studies as well. You can You can check it out, like how they are using the Power Pages, and what are their case studies, what are their business use cases, what are the complexities they were facing, and why the Power Pages they have used to overcome those issues. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for listening to this session. And I just wanted to tell you, like in the second session, we're going to discuss about the components of the portal, and that is very important topic for all of you. So we have all the features, all the components like the forms, pages, toolbars, site settings. So there are a lot of things are there, and that is very important sessions for all of you to get into the implementation. Okay, so thank you so much and take care of yourself. We're gonna see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.